Many people that watch or listen to the content that we produce don't fully grasp just how vast the empire of the Mighty Oaks Foundation is. I'm kidding a little bit, but we have so many wonderful partnerships in a lot of different places. One of the great partnerships that we have is with Mojo 50 Radio. If you have not listened to our radio show on Mojo 50, you need to go check that out. It's been a great outlet for us, a great platform for us really to communicate information and communicate the other types of things that we communicate to a broader audience, to many folks who otherwise would not hear us. And you know, you might say, well, what's the goal of all of that? Really, the goal of all of this is that we can get to you and to people that you care about and to people that may not even know they need it, the content that they need to make good decisions and really, if they're stuck in their lives, to move forward. Ultimately, the goal is to give hope. And Mojo 50 is one of those great outlets for us that has allowed us to communicate a message of hope. And we're so thankful for that. I'm going to speak to that audience for just a second. For those of you that listen to Mojo, and there are a lot of folks that listen to Mojo, you know that this week, really in memoriam, remembering Doc Thompson. Michael Doc Thompson is the founder of Mojo Radio, and 1 year ago this week, he was killed in a horrible accident, leaving his family behind, and so many wonderful people that cared for him, that he had worked with, and we remembered that in the Mojo 50 family this week, and it's been a good week to really look back and to talk about his life and the good things that he did. As I've listened to much of that and had conversations with folks who knew him well, one thing I've heard again and again and again about Doc Thompson is how much he cared for people. And that throughout his life and throughout his career, he's used his platform and media and the various places that he's worked to really build other people. The conversations around his interest in small businesses and startups and kind of the entrepreneurial life, and how he's invested in people who are starting businesses and really encouraging them to grow, and how he's helped so many people go from an idea and a startup to something that was viable for their families and their communities. He's a man in many ways that embodies the idea of service outside of yourself, service to others. We come from a military community and a military background, again, as you know, and the reason that we're connected to Mojo 50 is because Doc Thompson had heard about us and talked to us and learned about what we do. And because he cares about veterans, he cares about those who have served, he wanted to provide a platform where that message could continue to go forward. It seems to be that is his, or was his, heartbeat. That's what carried him forward. That's why he did so many of the things that he did, so that he could provide a platform and opportunities for those who needed to be served and encouraged and strengthened and helped. And he did it in an entertaining way, of course, and a master of his craft. It's been a good week to look back and remember his legacy. As I consider his legacy, I come to you with this message. Don't ever stop serving. Don't ever stop serving. We could all look at our lives and say, I'm at a place now in my life where I no longer need to serve, or my service is irrelevant. Doc was a guy who said, I'm going to use my life as my influence grows and my opportunities grow to continue serving, or to serve in a bigger way. And to you, I would say, with that message in mind, don't ever stop serving. It is as we serve others that our focus stays right. Why is it in our country that we have so many struggles with the things that are happening around us? And it seems that left and right, there's a huge chasm between the two, that people can't come together. We can't see things the same way. We can't move forward in a meaningful way. In a lot of ways, it feels like we're losing who we are. Why is that? Well, there are a lot of reasons. I think one is this: because we've turned our focus from the outward to the inward. You know what serving does? Serving takes your focus off of yourself and puts it on other people. It keeps your focus right. It puts your focus and your perspective where it really should be. Keep serving. Don't ever stop serving. That's the way your focus will be right. I would say this as well, that when you're serving others, you are aligned to your purpose. People ask the question all the time, why am I here? What is my purpose? There are some specifics that go along with that, of course. You may be better at something than someone else. Your specific skill set might be different than those around you. It probably is and really should be. But when it comes to purpose, we understand that whatever it is that we're gifted in, whatever tools we have, those things that we can bring to the larger conversation, those were given to us and gifted to us so that we could serve others, which means when we're serving others, we are aligned to our purpose. Don't ever stop serving. Keep serving, because as you serve, you're aligned to a greater purpose. If you're having a hard time with purpose and direction and what am I supposed to be doing and what does it all mean, I would say this, one simple piece of advice. Start serving others, and you'll find yourself in all of that. You'll find your purpose. I'll make a claim here that goes along with service. I believe that if more people were focused on service, and if more people would understand that their goal in life is to serve other people, we could prevent the implosion of society. Now, I don't believe that society will implode. We can look back with the perspective of history and understand that things happen in cycles, and there's good cycles and bad cycles, but that it all comes back around eventually. I don't think that society is going to implode. But sometimes it feels like it might. I would say at the very least we've lost our way and we need to get our focus back. You know what will get our focus back as a society? Is when the conversation changes from what policies will serve me best and what policies and things going on will help me best. When the conversation changes from that to what policies, what political ideas need to come into play to best serve others. Now, I'm not talking about socialism. I'm not talking about some of the crazy ideas that are being espoused right now. That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm suggesting is that we need to have the idea that if we're free to do whatever it is we want to do, we'll use that freedom to serve others. Service above self. As we serve, we understand that we're building characters, we're developing our morals, we're keeping ourselves on the playing field that we need to be on. We're moving forward in a meaningful way because we've decided to be people of service. Service is so important. There are 1,000 ways that you can serve. You can serve your family by caring more about them than you care about yourself. You can take care of your children and raise them up to a place where they can then go out and serve others. I think we've lost that in a lot of ways. We have kids growing up who often don't want to serve others because they've never seen that modeled for them. You have the opportunity as a parent to model that behavior to them by serving them, by not seeing them as there for you, but you to help them get to the place that they really need to be in their lives. Beyond your homes, you can look into your community and see so many areas where you can serve. Serving the underprivileged or serving those who just need direction. As Doc Thompson did so many times, coming along someone who is working hard and has a good idea but just needs some encouragement. That's a way to serve. There are 1,000 ways in your country to serve. Beyond just your community, there is the larger country in which we live. You can serve by voting. You can serve by getting involved in our political system. You can serve in so many ways. If only you'll make a decision to serve. Understanding that life is not about you, but life is rather about those you have the opportunity to make better. Are people better because of your life? Are people better because of the things that you're doing and the things that you have done? Have you built people up in a way that they can look back and say, I wouldn't be where I am were it not for them? Are you building people? Are you serving people? Are you making your world a little bit better? We look at the life of someone like Michael Doc Thompson. He did so many things and entertained in so many ways and informed on a daily basis. But the legacy of his life is that he was someone who used his platform and his opportunities to serve others. Don't ever stop serving. Find someone, find something, get involved, look outside of yourself, align to your purpose, the reason you were placed here on earth, and serve others. Decide to be like Doc.